Hey guys, it's Luke and Phil here from Arterra. We are on
Hey guys.
hey, we are on day two of our Kickstarter campaign. I think last time I checked, it was like 300% funded. So yeah, again, thank you guys. We're excited to see where this goes. But I thought it'd be kind of fun today that Phil and I would give you some more background on the Honey Badger. We have the little development section in our story, or I think it's called development story, in our Kickstarter story. But I think it would be fun to kind of like, hey, like let's travel back in time and show you some of the development that went into this because it's easy to see the final product and think like, oh, this happened overnight. Um, but I think it's better to kind of show that. And something to also know, like if you read the story page, this first was an idea I had before Phil and I. Phil and I are friends, so we were talking, hanging out,
We
but
go way back.
we go
We go
way
way
back.
back.
But we
Yeah.
weren't working together yet, and it was just to solve my pain point of like, man, I'm tired of like moving the same stuff from bag to bag. It's the same core kit. Why am I doing that? The other solutions were starting to come on the market, but they were like too big or like didn't like really do all the situations I wanted to, from traveling on an airplane to flying to work sites and deploying my mobile workspace somewhere to just every day now working remotely and having my little caddy there all day every day. Nothing really existed. So that's when I started it. And it was like me sketching, me doing like paper models, early tech packing type stuff. And between that moment to today, the factories changed, like geography changed of production and stuff because I had another business before this. And so Phil kind of came in like I don't know, like around halfway point because we officially got together around 2024. So it'd be kind of fun to
Yeah.
kind of see like, hey, like what was going on before, and then Phil came in, like what happened after, and did he just like totally screw it up or make it better? I don't know. Uh, no, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
I definitely yeah, another point of view is always a good thing and a bad thing, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and we both
um,
have a design background. Phil's got more formal training in industrial design. I did that in grad school basically. He did it all the way through undergrad and then professionally for all. I mean, that's I think your only career really is in industrial design. Um,
pretty much. Yeah.
So we've got our own perspectives and we've got some shared perspective, but the debate I think makes the best product when you have debate. If everyone's got the same ideas, you're going to make the same thing everyone else has already built. So
I think the only time we butted heads was like, hey, we both agree on making this even better, and it's like, what's the best path there? And I think the samples will actually, I mean, a lot of these predate me joining Artera, but I think a lot of the samples will speak to like, it's like, okay, we're trying to solve a problem, a design problem, and each sample sort of speaks to like one method of trying to solve that problem a little bit.
yeah, totally. So let's just start you guys off here on this big camera. And this is sample number one. I don't remember which one came. I think this one came first, technically.
So you did like a paper model, and then one of those was like the first fabric one.
Right. Yeah. So I had
Yeah.
obviously sketches on my iPad, then turned into like computer paper, folded and taped with Scotch tape into like the form. Um, but this was like the first samples I had. And this was like with my older factory from the last business. So there's some limitations in their sampling room, but a couple of things that were like I was trying to try out. One was kind of like the general size and form, some interior details. But I also really wanted to like see if I can get this quick rip thing, which I think this might have came first because it was miscommunicated a little bit, and it's like
And the idea is like, it seems like, why was the quick rip, or grip and rip is what we're calling it, like a priority? Why were you like, hey, I don't want to just sort of like,
yeah.
um, it?
Yeah, so and part of it's like I don't want to build the same thing everyone else is building and have a unique perspective. And for me, a lot of the pain point I have, I'm gonna call this micro organization, right? Because we're like in this world where EDC's gotten so evolved that there's like this stuff, right? I'm big about like the right UX, physical UX
Mhm.
type stuff. And I think with micro organization, the problem is everyone's like, oh, I got a niche for this, a niche for that, blah, 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 blah. Then you're like, okay, let me go use it. And you're like, zip, 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 zip. Like you're just like digging
Yeah.
into layers.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, that was worse than just dumping all your shit into like a big bucket at that point. So for me, I think like one of the big things I had to challenge was like that. And I'm like, if it was a quick opening, one, I can get to it really quickly. Two, remove the barrier of like, I gotta go do that, and the barrier of me using the organization because it's too much of a hassle. Just like project management tools, right? It's like, oh, this is like to task a track is more effort, and then the help that you're getting from the task manager, you're not going to do it. So that was the idea,
Yeah.
but then also the form factor of it being this way gives you that bird's eye view, so you can see everything all laid out, super clean. Like I don't want to miss something, so I just try to give you an experience that was like, oh, this is better. It makes me
Yeah,
want
you can
to use
really
it.
like have like a garbage can or something. The lid just totally opens up instead of sort of like, parting the fabric open.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And so these
yeah.
these kind of work. I mean, this was like a weird vegan leather thing, but it was just like kind of like in the moment. Let's get it to show it working. And again, I got to try out some cool organization stuff. Um, it's kind of like the 3-pocket designs where I kind of landed, and 2-pocket for those medium and small items, and then kind of leveraging a top lid. So that's kind of like the first like proof of concept. Like, oh, cool, the zip thing works, but there's like all these other features I outlined which I hadn't gotten to yet. So we'll kind of jump forward probably, I don't know, 6 months or whatever forward in time, and we get to. I'll show you this design because this is still the same vendor, but the got to try out more stuff basically. So one is I really wanted to have some way to mount the bag. The most traditional way, I think everyone knows, is Molly webbing. So this is a standard Molly pattern. And the idea there was like, I also want my pouch to not only just be like the stand-up desk caddy thing. I really want this to also be something that like I can mount inside of the bag. So it's a bag inside of a bag, and it's, again, back to the UX. There's like levels of the access, if you want to call it, right. It would be a second level, meaning the first access is opening the backpack. The second is grabbing it out, right? If I have this closed in the bag, now it's like 3 layers because it's like 1, I have to unzip it. 2, I got to unzip
Yeah,
this.
it's like
3, I
it's
gotta go
like
in.
more. Yeah, you have to be careful because when we're trying to solve problems, you can easily just make more trouble than it's worth for people.
Yeah.
Like you're saying.
Yeah. So this is where I kind of like really like started exploring, okay, 1, how's a mounting solution look? And then 2, I don't think this one I got was able, and again, this is like not the best sample. This one, I don't know if we were able to really get the top lid to start putting it. Oh, we did. So we started also testing out, like, can I get this to snap back and start creating what at the time I was calling a tripod. It was like, I need a 1 point, sorry, wrong camera. 1 point, 2 point, 3 points to make a tripod because this is not enough of a width, which is an important thing too. I made it specifically skinny because I want it to, again, work inside of a bag or outside the bag. And the ones that are too wide, which do stand up better because they have more surface area to carry a balance, they just don't fit well into these kind of into like other bags. So like,
Yeah, they like kind of take over your bag.
yeah,
I think that's
so like
like
having it
balance.
skinny was like key, and then that now means you have 2 points of contact that don't provide enough surface area to balance it when you have weight in it. So I'm like, okay, we need the lid to act as a tripod, provide that third stabilization point. And yeah, you kind of see it. It kind of works here. It wasn't perfect. Like it's not, the dimensions weren't right. We talk about this in the Kickstarter story. It's like getting that right is a challenge because you're basically balancing the depth of this, the height of the lid, and then the magnet strength to make it all come together. And then there's like more. Again, this is an early sample. There's more challenges that came after that. But other thing is I wanted to start making bags or products that have 2 options. One that's an excellent option, super durable, kind of like easily fits into any workspace and has a clean aesthetic, but still bomb proof. And that was like our micro ballistic nylon. But I also wanted this like updated or upgraded, not updated, upgraded version that was like more like, oh, if I am going to take this out into the elements ever, which this is not like the prime use case for it, but what materials can establish that and create this like pro version of the bag, So this was the first time I tried
Yeah,
that too.
it's for like extreme users or people that just want the best of the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and this one's X-Pack from Dimension Pauline, so I had not gotten into challenge yet at this point. Same thing, Zippers started trying PU-coded YKK on this one. And then the third and last thing that was tested on this for the first time on the sample was having a deployable strap. And so again, like there's that, and for me, it's more of like, always want you there, but not always going to need it. It's like a secondary benefit. For some people, I think it's more like the primary actually. But like, there's moments, especially like I'm traveling in an airplane. I do a lot of one-bag traveling. I want that second item with me to hold like the little things like my passport or whatever, my AirPods, and I want it around my neck, or I want it, carry crossbody. But it's like not my main use case. Like obviously I have Falcon 2L and the Falcon 2L Pro. That's my main hip pack. But like when I'm not carrying that bag, sometimes I need these on the go, like immediate go and use the bag. And this is like what I was trying to test out. And the main thing is, can I make a strap that deploys quickly and hides away easily? And so this was like the first time I tested that. Because a lot of other solutions, like they're built-in loops, and then you have to like fumble with like connecting them and you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm already boarding. This is over. I'm not wearing it like a sling anymore. I'm not cool. It's done. So that was what this
like,
was.
I'm already in my seat now. It's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll see like the hardware is pretty big on this. The straps are pretty big for a pouch this small. So
yeah, that's like some like for people watching, it looks like it's like some 1-inch webbing with some Woojin and or Duraflex gatekeepers.
Yeah. And then like it just becomes obtrusive at that size because it starts eating into your internal space. So I was like, all right, lesson learned. And I'm obsessive. I'm like, how do I make it work? So
yeah.
This was a good sample. I mean, no, it's not good today, but like in the moment, it just let me learn so many things about what this is going to really take to make all my dream features go into one Honey Badger. Before it was called Honey Badger.
People watching, like the sample purpose, it's a tool. We're not after always like each sample isn't always meant to just be the finished product. It's a communication tool with the factory and a design process tool. So it's sort of like a good sample might look really bad, but maybe we learn 10 things from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this sample probably comes. This is when I basically moved on to like, hey, I need to upgrade my partners now, and the best place, in my opinion, to do that outside of the U.S. would be Vietnam. So this is the first sample I built with a Vietnamese partner, and kind of the thing about this is like there's a lot of refinement here. Like, okay, let's try and fix the strap issue. Let's try and get the balancing act happening. And the big new thing you can kind of see from here. Sorry, switching this way yet. Going from here to here is now we have a nose on our magtail. This didn't exist before. And the reason I thought that was important is because I really like the rip feature. But if you don't have a nose, you now have an egress point for stuff to come in and out of.
Like
water.
For like a little hole, like or like water could get in or something.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, that's no bueno.
So you have your waterproof flap, you get something to grab, and then it does like it's a very like critical aspect to it. Like, so I'll let you keep going.
Yeah. Ironically, on this sample, I don't know if I was at the point where I was like, let's drop it for a second, or they didn't do it. So the rip part is gone, right? We have like one.
So if you like line up the zippers properly, you could do it.
Yeah.
Manually.
Oh man, this sample has really sticky zippers. What is this thing? I don't know if I can get it open. Let's see.
Well,
you will never see the inside of this bag.
But yeah, in contrast, I guess I can show this sample I have is much closer to production. And we have now, if I can show it properly, there's Teflon loop stoppers. So you close the zippers up, but it's like a critical amount of space that'll just, when you pull the beaver tail, really then
Yeah, it's
it
like
gets
almost
you going
no
and
effort
opens
at
right.
all. Yeah. So that was
But
something that I think plagued us too a lot is like getting the right zipper design and zipper itself, the right spec for it to be so smooth and buttery. Um, the other thing on this one, or sorry, right after this one came another sample, but you could all see the nose was like just too big, like aesthetically not pleasing, and like it's easy to make the magnet system work, but it's not beautiful, right? And it's not like streamlined as it could be. So quickly
yeah, there are a
after
lot
that,
of like proportional tweaks that happened
yeah,
over time. It
yeah.
seems.
Quickly after that, we brought back in the brake, right? We have I think a proportionally a better looking nose. But I think as we're starting to run into like, okay, there's some constraints here of like having like, because you need a magnet here, you need a magnet here, you need a magnet here. And then also like, I was like, it's missing some grip to it too, so it needs some treatment to it. And I was like, okay, it's getting hard. So like, we got to figure out how to make this more effective. This sample is not horrible, but it's, you know, still the zippers aren't right. The magnet system is not perfect on the tripod, nowhere near where it should be. So there's a lot of like learnings from this one, but at least we could start seeing like, oh, it's taking shape at least, right? It's like it's getting there. And all the features now exist. Okay, and then I have the final one I can show you guys is like, again, going back to like, oh, let's try out the Pro bag. Let's work on getting the tripod effect to work well. This one did exceptionally well for where we were in time. And then the third thing was, what if we got away from Molly? Could there be something a little less tactical looking? I think Artera's brand has some tactical elements to it, like some flavor of tactical, but we're not like a full on like.
We're definitely like
Tactical
function driven and
Yeah.
performance driven, but I don't know if there's like we're not necessarily doing it in a military or sort of way necessarily.
Yeah.
I think we share a lot of the same values though.
Yeah.
Like that performance and functionality.
Yeah. From an aesthetic
But yeah.
perspective too, some of the stuff like I think overdoing Molly is not functional in a lot of ways because you're like, oh, you can argue like you're just going to get more stuff stuck in it, and you don't need a million ways to mount something.
I also remember, like, I think I was now around when at this stage, and like we're like, oh, those loops are like making our rear pocket a lot shorter, and it's like we kind of want to get the most pocket we can possibly get on that panel and not give up the loops. And it's like, how can we keep everything together, right?
Yeah.
Not sacrifice one for the other.
Yeah, Phil's talking about these loops. So the Molly evolved here from Molly to a two loop sort of. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name of this kind of stitch. Where it's kind of
like a bar tack?
No, not sorry, construction, not the stitch. Where it's embedded, one layer is embedded into the other. I'm blanking, but really like this like recessed design of it. I think it looks pretty good, but the problem is, yeah, like as you have this here, you push this pocket down, right? Then where you attach to your bag for the actual Elite for the strap becomes lower and lower. And I talk about this a little bit in the Kickstarter, is that you start getting a really poor center of gravity. And so the bag's hanging from here, and it wants to do this.
Like people get that, like if you're attaching it like lower and lower, like all of a sudden your bag wants to fall forward, right? Like that's what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's always you gain momentum and you learn some things and you go forward, but there's always more to learn and evolve and make it better. So Phil, I think you entered like right around here, and I think you actually have your hands on the next step after this.
I think so. And I feel like the one I have in my hands, I don't think this is the next. I feel like we're probably skipping one or two. But
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I remember like one of the first tasks I think you gave me, Luke, was like to clean up the back panel. I think we like some of the forward ones had like zipper tabs or like a tab to kind of like counter pull.
Yeah, it did. You're right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and the branding was like this like random rectangle kind of at the top type of deal.
Yeah, I think it was like, hey, can we just do like a nice clean 3-bar webbing surround that like will do kind of a few different jobs. So you could lash to this. You're definitely getting a counter pull out of it. And then it's cleanly just wrapping around to the back. And you got portrait mode on, but like, and turns into your daisy chain. And the daisy chain now is sort of going over the pocket. So the pocket can still come like as high as possible. You still have your zipper back there to access your pocket. So it's just sort of like some like smart packaging at that point, and like trying to make sure that like, you know, everything's given its own space and working together on this. And I think the rear of this, I mean, this is far from the final sample, but the rear of this is pretty final, I think. It's pretty close.
Yeah, big update from that one. So yeah, like as I was kind of mentioning, a couple of things there. So flip it back around again. One, can you do it sideways? Because you're perfect. One to look at is that we went with daisy chain because we ourselves don't have a bag yet, a backpack yet. I'm gonna say yet.
Yes.
Emphasis. Okay.
Heavy foreshadowing.
Yeah. So one, I like it. We went with daisy chain. We went with a specific type of daisy chain, which is, I say specific, it's just custom design, the width and everything to this bag, because we wanted flexibility. Not only for like, you have flexibility, you can do whatever you want. We also want that because we don't know what our bag's internal org is going to have yet and how to mount this in there. But yes, the intention is this is going to mount inside of a bag at some point. And then I think we had a comment already. Someone was like, I'm going to put this on my gravel bike. And I'm like, genius. I didn't even think about that. Like, this is a kind of a perfect, like if you're a long rider on a gravel bike, having it, you know, on the handlebars or even in the frame or whatever. I don't have a solution today, but I guarantee
like
everyone can do
your
it.
shoulder straps. You want to like just like almost like a bino bag, or you'd have this like basically chest mounted if you want to like work in it while you're on the move.
Yeah.
So
you're saying, I think what you're saying, or if not, I'll bring it up. Sternum bag for a backpack too. I don't know if that's what you meant, but like
yeah, basically like you could, if you like with some carabiners, you could loop the carabiner through these and through the, if you have D-rings on your shoulder straps.
Yep. Yeah.
But
so there's a million ways you could do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's really like this system right now is more about you like giving as much flexibility as possible for you to bring it to work with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. The other big thing is the pocket he mentioned. Like we were able to lift the height of the pocket up. So now, usually again sideways in the back. So now you get that center of gravity up, right? Compared to where it was before down here. Now we're like all the way up the top. And a cool extra benefit is one, Phil incorporated some really nice design elements of like that envelope form factor in the back. But now we have a hidden pocket, which is cool. So it's like a party trick.
Yes, the zipper's there. It's just sort of tucked
This
away.
bag has a bunch of party tricks. The Honey Badger is just like a playful guy. He's always doing crazy stuff, and the tricks keep coming.
Yeah. Then open that up. Got my sample card in there, and then here's the carry strap.
Yeah, that was also the first time I think we went to your Phil had this idea of like, hey, like if you really want to go like thin, lightweight, why don't we just use a sternum strap for it? And that was huge because that like the profile and the depth of these other mechanisms were just like eating into like I'm telling you, we obsess over it. Like I could feel it, didn't like it. And now we have a really clean solution that just like folds over nicely. It's like tight, slim.
Yeah.
It's like almost.
I don't think it's going to show in video, but we do have a shot of it on the Kickstarter story page where you can really see. But there's basically a really nice piece of hardware that clips inside. And if you choose to, you don't want the bulk inside the pocket for a given reason, you want to use this for your phone, your passport, you can just take this off, tuck it in the rest of the bag, or leave it at home. And so we just wanted to like sort of maximize your own flexibility. But by default, you just tuck it right in there, and it disappears until you need it.
Yep. And then on the almost final version of the bag, which is the next one out, which you'll see like Chase Reeves has that right now. That he just produced a cool like roundup video on a bunch of other tech pouches, and we're in there as well. And we gave one to that same pouch to do like a first impressions, and that's in our video. That bag is not final. It's like very close to it, and the biggest improvement there I think is like fine tuning of the strap pocket. We got it. It was like we got the center of gravity really high, and I'm like, can we go higher, Phil? Can we get it a little higher? So we did some unique changes to like the interior webbing. To
making it was. I don't even know if it like. You'll have to take our word for it that like we saw a tiny problem to solve, but like I don't even know like it was like the bag would have a tendency to tip forward more. So we like tucked the clip into a thicker piece of webbing, and we solved a problem you wouldn't even know existed.
Yeah.
So.
But it's still like I think it's a thoughtful thing we did that will make a better product.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I don't without like a whiteboard or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and we don't have the final top of production samples yet. That's going to be happening during the campaign. But I do want to show one last thing, which is like not Honey Badger, but it's going to show you some things that are missing from the current stuff. And I'm getting asked this. I pinned it actually in our comments. Someone asked, "What's the interior of the Honey Badger Pro look like?" So I just want to show you guys what it give you an idea. So this is a Falcon 2L Pro, and this one is also not top of production, but it's like the final golden almost. There's just like one thing that was wrong with it. It's minor, but this will give you an idea of what it's actually gonna look like on the Pro on the inside. So this kind of liner here. Oh wow, the resolution dropped. This liner here is like our silver birch lining. It's kind of our Terra brand color. Okay, so the whole bag's fully lined with that, and it's gonna look like that. And then all of the pockets use the same mesh as the Falcon, which man, the lighting is not great. Sorry guys, really bear with me, but you get this like.
You have that like koi colored accent for all the sort of functional elements.
Yeah, a huge brand color for our Terra is orange. And the zippers will also be orange, just like this. But remember, we have the back of the mag tail has like all that mesh there, that pocket. So you'll all be orange. And I think it's quite beautiful when you have like the mix of this like light gray and orange together. I think it looks awesome. And then the last thing is we have this new sort of identity for the brand. So we've updated our brand labeling. This will also be applied to the Honey Badger in its own unique way. For the Pro, I have another video I posted, but I've got an image of the label too that's actually orange. So this will be the general look and feel of the regular Honey Badger minus the challenge part. And then this is kind of like the Pro version, but it'll be the color's inverted, so it's orange and then white coloring. But yeah.
Yeah, I think like part of like making goods that are gonna last a long time is like really having good identifiers in the bag. So like if anyone picks this up 10 years from now, they can look in and see like all the product information. They'll see like our batch numbers. They'll see all the critical details about material, and I think it'll just be really helpful information for present and future owners.
And then what Phil was mentioning is we have like
that one. I wasn't sure if that sample had it, but yeah, our QC label.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's a kind of a journey. We're like, Honey Badger's not done. Obviously, I think we're at that 90.
I mean, it's done in the sense that like the product is designed, and right now, it's like final stages of preparing for production.
Yeah. If you're a tech, consumer electronic manufacturing hardware type of person, we're like past DVT, if you know what that means. But we've designed, validated it for scale essentially, and now we need to build our first. We'll see what this campaign does. We'll build the first of whatever comes out of this campaign, and fine-tune the operation of the production line and everything with our factory. But the product is there. It's scalable. We just gotta turn the key and fund it.
Yeah, I think we're waiting to see, quantities and preferences, and then we will be getting these to you as soon as we possibly can.
Cool. Well, I want to thank everyone for backing who has, and if you haven't, please go back. That'd be helpful.
Yeah, we can't say enough. Thank you guys for your support. We like this. This is like a dream to get to like tinker and have fun with these sorts of things, and it would only be possible with you guys. So thank you.